What up, homies? It's your boy Stev, and welcome to The Bracket. Back in 2020, like most of the world, me and Ash didn't have a lot going on, so we decided to make a list of the 130 greatest movies of all time and pit them against each other, tournament style, to see which ones came out on top. We judged them against each other in 5 categories: production, writing, acting, originality, and rewatchability. Whichever movie took the most categories moved on. Don't get me wrong, it was rarely unanimous between us, but it was always a lot of fun. Just a heads up, we did record these a few years ago, so if the timeline feels a bit weird, that's why. If you want to check out the list of the 130 movies, I'll put a link to our website in the description below. So without further ado, let's all go back to the land of 2020, where all we did was sit at home, drink excessively, and watch flicks. Enjoy. Two of the biggest Best Picture winners in history. Titanic taking on Schindler's List. Heavyweight. Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali. What do you got?
I have never seen Schindler's List.
Okay.
Until yesterday.
To be fair, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody in the world has seen Titanic. I don't think there's a person in the world that has not seen
Which
Titanic.
is funny, because I think it's the opposite. I think everybody has seen Schindler's List.
You're crazy. Everybody's seen Titanic. Nobody's seen Schindler's List. Okay, unless you were forced to take a fucking American history class in high school, you know what I mean? Like, we live in Canada. That's, I mean, I guess, I think maybe I did watch it in history.
So did I. Well, no, I was asleep. Let's be real. They did play the movie in school, yes.
Theoretically, I was in a room where that movie was shown.
Literally, yes. Honestly, Titanic is one of my favorite movies, so this was a hard one. And especially because Schindler's List is such a dry movie.
It is dry. So, okay, here's the thing about Schindler's List. So I watched it last night. It was the last movie I watched.
I watched it last night, too.
Okay, so I grabbed the case. I went and bought it on Blu-ray, like, just to watch it for this.
Okay.
I was like, okay, so I grabbed the case, and I'm like, okay, so, like, I got a couple hours to kill. Like, maybe I could watch, like, 2 movies. I'll watch, like, Schindler's List and then something else.
No, the movie is, like, 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I was like, how long is this movie? And I looked at the time, and I actually giggled, because I was like, 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit.
The longest fucking movie. And especially because it's so dry. It just carried on and on and on. And I was just like, you're fucking kidding me.
We will get into it more with spoilers, but there's a particular section of this movie, like, there's a solid fucking 45 minutes of this movie where it's just, like, one scene, and, like, I'm like, no wonder this movie's so fucking long. They drag the fuck... We'll get into it later, but...
Dude, they could have cut out 2 hours of this fucking movie.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, and it was hard because you put it up against the Titanic, which, in my opinion, could have been longer. So, they rushed a lot in that movie.
How long was Titanic? So
it's about 2.5 hours.
I watched it, and it was on 2 CDs, which surprised me.
Okay.
Excuse me. I haven't seen that in forever. Like, I was watching it, and I was just, enjoying it, and all of a sudden it said, please insert disc 2, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it actually surprised me.
I think it was not one of the first Blu-rays, excuse me, but it was early Blu-ray.
It was on DVD when I watched it, right?
Oh, never mind.
So I watched it on DVD. But here's the thing about it. Like, I didn't think it was that long. It sounds like I knew going into it was over 2 hours because I just remember it being, like, long, but it felt short to me.
So it's 3 hours and 20 minutes.
What is Titanic?
Yeah.
Titanic is 3 hours and 20 minutes.
It's 195 minutes. So divide that by 60 is 3.
I didn't think it was that long at all.
That doesn't sound right. It has to be right.
But it's 2 discs. It makes sense.
Wikipedia says 195 minutes. Damn, it does not feel like...
It's a good movie.
I knew it was like 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. I didn't know it was over 3. Wow, holy bazinga, eh?
And the movie...
Which makes sense, because they could have only put, at the time, 3 hours on a movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, what about Schindler's List, you said? Oh, you bought it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, so it was probably...
At the time...
That probably would have been 2 discs, too, right?
It would have been 2 discs.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like the movie moves very well. It's paced
That's what I
fantastically.
mean. To me, I actually thought, oh, you know, I could watch more.
Yeah,
The problem is, like, there's one movie I'll speak about is The Star is Born. A Star is Born.
yeah, with Bradley
I
Cooper.
yeah, with Lady Gaga. I didn't feel as much love and as much feelings as I should have for that movie to move me because it was too quick.
Okay.
While Titanic, I didn't feel enough for Rose and Leonardo. I know I'm using their Jack, and
Jack
because
and
it was going so fast. It was like they met, they banged, okay, and it's so quick.
Yeah, that's true.
And so and it sucks that like the first hour and a half of the movie, you just feel bad for her.
Yeah. Plus, there's a solid like, again. So this is non-spoilers. I don't. There's a solid like at least an hour of the movie dedicated to Bill Paxton's character,
Yeah.
who's like the modern day diver looking for this thing, right?
Right.
So it's like the first like I want to say half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, and then it's peppered throughout the movie after that, right? So, and here's the thing, and I agree 100%. There's a particular scene, but it's kind of a spoiler.
All right, we'll wait.
We'll wait.
Which sucks too, because if you haven't seen fucking Titanic, get off the pot, okay?
Should I bust
But
it?
no, let's
Okay.
be nice. But I'm just saying, I'm angry that we have to.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen this movie, Schindler's List, I get it. It's a very dry movie. It's one of those like,
Yeah.
if you really want to like waste your day away, Titanic to me, I can put in the background, and I'm
Yeah.
painting, I'm writing, whatever.
But here's the thing: at the same time, the fact that like the events of Schindler's List happened in real life is atrocious. It's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
I actually didn't know it was a true story.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, that's insane that happened, right?
Yeah.
So, at the same time, I can understand why somebody would feel the need to make a movie about this. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And there have been several. You know what I mean about like the concentration camps and like the persecution of World War II and stuff like that, right? But like, but I don't know. It's a great movie. It's a really good movie.
See, I was gonna wait for like the spoiler section. You can take this out if you want. I don't think it's a spoiler because I just said it's a true story. There was a story that was released a few years ago, and I remember I cried all day about it, and I was so sad. And this guy and his wife, they're like dying, like dead. They're old, right? And they go to like a theater, and they're watching whatever. And then someone stands up, and they were like, hey, I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to cry.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, thank you. And he's like, for what? And he's like, you helped my mother escape her camp. And then it turns out the entire theater is full of families because he saved these. Oh my God, I'm crying. Sorry. It was so sad. And that's how I feel with this, right?
Okay.
The granddaughter was cleaning their attic, and they found the list of all the names. She actually like made it like her life duty for years to find all these people. And she found all the grandkids and all the kids, right? And it's so sad that like when I watched Schindler's List, it didn't move me until I watched it in real life.
Yeah.
Like that guy turning around to a theater of 2,000 families going, oh shit, this is what I did. And this
Yeah.
is even in the mall.
Yeah.
Who knows how
Yeah.
many families there are that she couldn't get a hold of. Last names, because they're all women. They get remarried, different last names.
100%.
And it's just so like, that's why I was affected more by Schindler's List, because I watched that documentary a few years ago.
Okay.
And it's like a 15-minute video, but oh my God, it moved me. Like, it was
That
so
is
sad.
pretty moving.
But yeah, that's what Schindler's List did to me.
Yeah.
It was just that like, oh my God.
And that's the thing, right? Like, and in order for the movie to be like, that's the thing, it has to be an accurate portrayal, right? Like,
Right.
you have to make it that dry.
Liam Neeson, by the way, was really random.
So good in the movie.
He was very
good.
random. I didn't expect that.
I mean, Ralph Fiennes is the biggest. Like, Ralph Fiennes is a monster in
Yeah.
this movie. So it's actually okay. There was a second where I was going to put this movie against the Grand Budapest Hotel. There was a second
What?
because they're both World War II movies,
One deals with the SS, where the other one deals with the ZZ, which is obviously a reference to the SS. They both have Ralph. They both have Ralph Fiennes in them, but he's on opposite ends, right? Like one he's the hero, the other one he's the villain, right? Like.
Yeah, but it's a whole different. I'm obviously gonna pick the funny movie,
and that's the thing, right? And that's why I was like, oh, I can't put it because it's too different,
right?
And then I almost put it up against Inglourious Bastards, and then I thought,
okay,
but then even that is too like, oh, they're just too different.
So I love that you said that because I noticed while watching this movie, I have watched Inglourious Bastards at least 100 times, not literally, but. There is so much of the same music.
Oh yeah.
And I find that really funny that he chose that music specifically from Schindler's List and put it in his movie. Mm-hmm. I would have never known that if I didn't watch the movie. The opening song is from Inglourious Bastards.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of like it's all classical music, right? But like I agree with you, like
they're straight up the same songs.
Yeah. It's true.
But I wondered if it was because it was a German movie.
It's very possible, actually.
Quentin thought it was necessary.
It's a nice, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing about music, right? Like, when you hear music, you think about the first time you heard it or, like, a particular time you heard it. And
There's one song in specific that if I hear it, I think of Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't.
So, yeah. So, I almost put Inglourious Bastards against it. But I'm like, Inglourious Bastards, it's too, like...
I would pick it.
Crazy. It's too flashy. I don't know how else to put it's like a flashy it's like a more of a western than a war movie. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's too we're gonna go kill as many people as we can. Whereas
see, but it's more comedic again.
And that's the thing. Whereas Schindler's List, it's a very serious
you needed a movie that was classified as a long, dry movie. And that's what you did.
Titanic.
You picked the two. Because I know a lot of people in my life who will not watch Titanic again. Yeah. They're like, I'm so fucking over it. I just watched Titanic 3 months ago. And I watched it again yesterday.
My mom never goes to the movies. She went to the movies to see Titanic. That's everybody went and saw that movie.
Why the hell would you?
I don't know. I just remember it happening. I remember her going, and she never goes, and she hasn't since. It's one of those weird things. I just remember her going to see Titanic.
What a weird movie to go to. The Titanic.
It's just one of those things. But
that would be a good movie. Because now we have the surround sound in my house. Because I finally don't have neighbors. Thank you. I'm an adult. And so I was able to watch Titanic on the surround sound. And that was nice. Lion King is coming up. Man, to watch that on my surround sound, I'm so stoked. I am ready. But yeah, Titanic was that for me where I'm like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's gonna be much of a fight, to be honest with you. I know probably where you're leaning with this. I know where I'm leaning with this. What do you got for points?
So it is 4-1.
I'm assuming for Titanic.
Oh, actually, excuse me. I lied. 3.5 to 1.5. Okay?
Respect.
So, obviously, Titanic won.
Yeah.
Titanic won for production, because, they made a fucking ship, okay? Schindler's won for acting.
Yeah.
I did agree with that.
Oh, me too.
They both shared a story.
Oh, see, I gave Schindler writing.
So I can't really not give Schindler writing. Did I prefer Titanic writing? Yeah. And then rewatchability and originality. Originality, again, it could have been for both.
I agree. They're both pretty not original movies. Only because Titanic was based off of not only an actual event.
They're both about real events.
Yeah. And it was a movie it was already made into a movie. It was, I'm trying to remember what the movie was called. I believe it's
Which one?
Titanic.
Titanic was already a movie?
Yeah. It's in the 30s.
I didn't know that.
I want to say it was the night we all stood still or something.
Okay.
I'll Google it right now. Give me 2 seconds. Titanic.
But they were close. They were very close. Sorry, he's looking up the movie.
Oh, okay. A Night to Remember.
A Night to Remember.
It was 1958. So it's hard to give it originality, but there aren't weirdly a lot of movies like this. Whereas like there are a lot of World War II movies. You know what I mean? There's a lot of
there's a new war movie that just came out. I gotta watch that. That was in the Globes last year.
I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, 19 whatever.
1917. That was World War One.
That was what?
World War One.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, like they're still making these like
100%.
amazing.
And like, yeah, like I don't know. Originality was a hard one for me. I ended up giving it 2-3 for Titanic. So Titanic will move on.
Okay. What was the other one you gave? Oh, story and what for Schindler?
Writing, and I gotta look it up again. I believe it was acting. Acting.
Yeah. Okay, so you're the same as me.
So production I gave to Titanic.
Come on, that was like something unheard of for its time.
Right.
Look how well it's made.
Yeah,
Like,
it looks really good, especially for its time. You can tell it's a very, it's a very good mix of practical and CGI. Like,
right.
did a great job. The acting is spectacular though in Schindler's List.
I agreed with that. I gave it to them.
Like Liam Neeson's amazing. Ralph Fiennes is really good. The fact that neither of them won Oscars blows my mind. They both got nominated. I know that, but
Leonardo just won his first one, didn't he, for The Reverend?
Yeah, that wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio. That was Liam Neeson. We're talking about Schindler's List.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about. You said they both didn't win movies, and I said, yeah, but Leonardo at least finally won one. Yeah. Liam, I don't think he has.
No, he's never won one. No.
Yeah, he hasn't won one.
And then Ben Kingsley, also amazing in Schindler's List. The accountant,
yeah,
he's fantastic. Yeah, I don't know. It was a super deep movie, and it was really good. I'm really happy I watched it.
Yeah.
It's not moving on because I don't think I could watch it again.
I don't think I can. It was too dry for me.
Yeah.
Like, give me like exactly like what we said about Titanic. Give me some events throughout the movie, chunks of events that are happening, and then it'll keep my interest. This movie was about one subject, but for 3 hours.
3.5 hours, yeah.
Okay, man. Like, I just watched that fucking Justice League movie. That was fine. That was 4 hours. I was fine. It's because it's not a dry movie. Anyways, Schindler's List. Sorry, not sorry. We did like you for a couple points, but Titanic, you're moving on.
You cannot, so.
I know. That's such a good movie, though. You can't.
All right. Spoilers next.
Spoilers. Ooh, that was different.
That scene when they're like liquidating the fucking ghetto and they're sending all of the Jewish prisoners to like concentration camps. It's fucking brutal.
When they're like throwing out all their shit out the windows.
It's like 45 minutes.
Isn't that the guy when he's like shooting out the window out of his balcony and stuff?
That's later. That's after the horrific shit happens. Yeah. It just keeps going for them. Like, it's a solid 40 minutes. It's like, and it's just fucking brutal. Yeah. People just getting just demolished. Like, it's so sad. Like, and that's the thing, right? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's a brutal, long scene, but it kind of is important in the sense that that's the moment where Liam Neeson's character realizes, like, I have to save these people.
Right.
Like, before that, he was just using Jewish citizens because they're cheap. Like, cheap labor.
In his factory.
Yeah.
Well, because the one part is whenever he saw the red dress.
Yeah. And then later on, he sees the girl with the red dress on
and that's whenever he, like... Oh shit, and that's whenever he clicks.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, let's talk about a creepy part, by the way. He's fucking weird, okay? At his birthday party, when he fucking kisses all the girls, it's fucking weird.
Are we talking about...
Ew. Why?
Ralph Fiennes' character?
Isn't that Liam?
No, I think it's Ralph Fiennes. It's like the villain.
And like every girl gives, and he kisses them all, makes out with them all.
Yeah.
And then the little girl gives him something, and he like kisses her on the cheek, but it's fucking creepy vibes.
I think that's the villain.
Creepy vibes.
But Liam Neeson's like supplying him with the women.
But
Yeah.
Hated that part. And the poor girl knew. She like gave a gift. She's looking at him and she's like, "Fuck, don't touch me." And he like
Yeah.
kisses her. Fucking weird.
But yeah, it's fucking brutal. And then he just starts fucking shooting at people off the balcony. And then and then there's a scene where Liam Neeson tries to tell him, like, pardon people, like, be nice to them. And then he tries it, and then there's the little kid who, like, can't get the shit off of his...
Yeah.
And then he's just walking, and then all of a sudden, here, bang! Then he turns around, and he's like, oh. And he just kind of, like, slowly shuffles off, and then, like, you just see the kid dead, like, on the ground. It's like, oh my god, like...
The whole movie.
It's fucked up.
I'm
happy he dies.
The ending was really interesting because they're all laying the rocks, right? And I watched the ending because I got really sad. And it reminded me of that fucking video, right?
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, here they all are. Like, that's so sweet.
And that's what I thought of too when you were talking about that.
Right.
Is that scene where he's like, I could have done more. Like, why did I need this
I
car?
wish I had more money. Yeah, is what he said.
He's like, I spent so much fucking money, like so much of it on just dumb shit, like, and that's really sad. And it's one of those things where it's like, I feel him. That sucks. Like, they'd probably be thinking the same thing. He did save a shitload of people though. Like,
it was 850.
Like, that's a lot of people. And Ben Kingsley's character is like, dude, you saved so many of us. Look at us. Like,
So
this is generations.
I think it's like
of people.
3,000, maybe more. 3,000 died in the movie, like in that area of the movie. And he saved 850. That's a lot. 25%.
And they were just fucking killing people, like, not like it's one of those things where like it's crazy if, like, I'm not even saying if, like, the fact that is true, like, it just goes to show when human beings don't have law, like when they could literally
do anything
and they have power over somebody, like, as long as you're doing it to the people under you, you could do literally whatever you want.
Right.
And most people are probably monsters. Like, right? Like, because they just shoot people randomly. Like, people will just walk up and be like, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay. And even, like, the one scene with the girl where she's like, oh, you're building this building wrong. He's like, well, how do you know that? She's like, oh, I'm an engineer.
Yeah, I'm a
went to school.
contract, yeah.
And then he, like, shoots her in the face. And then he's like, tear the building down and fix it the way she said. Kind of thing. Like, it's like,
you know what?
Why shoot her in the face?
Okay, so I know it's completely different spectrum. Just hear me out for a second. Because in my bar, I have the stage so bands can play. And I've walked to the stage and I'm like, I've been there I'm seniority, right? So I go, hey man, you gotta turn the music down a bit. You're too loud, you know. And they say, you know, who the fuck are you? And they actually say that, like, just like that. Yeah. Like, you are nobody. I'm on the stage. What do you know? Who the fuck are you? And to see men treat me like that, which literally means nothing to me or to them, imagine a man being able to do that, but with no consequences. Yeah. Some men just want to be on top because I'm a girl, because you're whatever. Yeah. Some men, just because they can. He would shoot me in the face, keep the volume up if he could.
And he does the same thing too, the other guy.
Because guess who's paying him? It's not my boss, it's me. Yeah. So you're fucked. Yeah, but it is some men, some women, they love that power.
Yeah. Power gets you. But it's the same thing happens too with the dude with the hinges, right? He, like, asks him to make a hinge, and he's like, oh, well, you can make it in, like, 1 minute. How come you have, like, 5 hinges in this box? And then he takes him outside, and the guy's trying to explain, like, the machine was down all morning. Like, I was fucking sweeping. And then he keeps trying to shoot him, and, like, both guns jam.
And then he, like, hits him with the butt of his gun.
And then he just, like, walks away. And then later on, you see that guy again. So it's one of those things where it's like, oh, he survived. It's good. But, like, what if that fucking gun went off? Like, over nothing. Like, your machine was down. I don't know how true it is. It's very possible he was just trying to get out of, the getting shot, right? But, like, it's fucked up. I don't know. But,
yeah, as I was trying to say, like, at the very end. So you see the rocks getting put down, and then you see the roses. And I'm like, who put down the roses?
Oh, it was Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I had to Google it, and I thought that was super sweet. Yeah. I was like, oh, like the very end, Liam Neeson kind of did his thing, and I like it. And there's not many stories that are like that about, you know, these people that have saved all these, Jews, and you don't really hear about them very often, because I didn't hear about that man on that fucking little video.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Agreed. He had to flee in the end.
I know.
He had to leave because the Russians would have killed him.
Yeah. And then they were like, you guys are free. And they're like, where do we go? And he's like, I think there's a town that way. And there was like 1,000 Jews just walking to a town. It's like, what?
See, unfortunately, I can't help but to think of the movie Jojo Rabbit. It's like, what do we do now? And then they just start dancing.
Oh my god. The whole time I'm watching this fucking movie, I kept thinking of Jojo Rabbit.
Oh.
Which is not good. That movie is not the right kind of headspace for this movie.
Yeah.
But Jojo Rabbit was such a good movie.
It was amazing. But then there's Titanic, right? Fucking excellent movie. It's really well made. I think everybody's really good in it. You were talking earlier about how you felt bad for her. The scene, first of all, I feel bad for any girl who like has a really shitty boyfriend.
Me too.
And they're forced to be in that relationship. I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then there's that scene when the mom is like, oh, like we're in debt.
I know.
And you need, and it's like, she's like, how the fuck is this my problem? And she's like, do you want your mother to be working? Or like,
yeah, because she said your father left us with nothing but a name. He left us with,
yeah, a good name, but a lot of debt or something.
A lot of debt.
It's like, oh, you're a piece of garbage. And that's the thing that's the craziest too, is her mom is the first person to call out Leonardo DiCaprio for being poor.
Yeah.
It's like, you're a fucking piece of garbage. You deserve what comes to you. Like,
well, because she even said, and I love his personality, because he has my personality. Like, if I was never tied down in any, relationship, I'm like him. Whenever he's like, I don't know, my home right now is on the Titanic. I have $10 in my pocket. You know what? I have my health, and I have, that's all I need. That is because she keeps, that whole table keeps trying to get him down. Because they're like, how is it being on the poor side of the boat? And he's like, a lot less rats than I expected, And he's just making light of it. And he's like, I'm on the most beautiful ship in the world. Like, why the fuck do I care?
no, it's true.
Do you know where I've slept? This is nothing.
Well, that's what he even says. Like, I slept under a bridge. Like,
right.
Like the week before I was on this boat, I slept under a bridge. Like, so
having dinner with you fine people.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing too. Like, I love it when he takes, right after that scene, he takes her to like his side of the boat, and they have that party with.
Yeah, because he's like, you want to go to a real party?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, that's the party I want to go to.
That's the party. All the violins, and they're all dancing. I loved it.
And I love it because like she's like, I don't know how to dance. I don't know this dance. And he's like, neither do I. Like, let's just fucking do it. Who gives a shit?
You know what though? That there was a scene in that there's a little sentence in that scene that really showed her, because you never really know a man until you finally get to know him for a bit.
Yeah.
Is whenever he says, don't worry, you're still my girl, to the little girl, and she like smiles.
Yeah.
And it's then that you realize, oh, he's been dancing with this girl for a night, 2 nights.
Yeah.
He's an actual, genuine, nice person. Because he's like, sorry, she's going to get this one. I'll get you back next time. And the little girl's like, okay. It just shows you that, oh, he's actually like a genuine, nice person. And
I love, there's like so many, okay, so you know where this movie's going.
I love Kathy Bates, by the way.
Oh, she's spectacular.
Her and fucking character.
She's the type of person that I loved growing up. Like that, like, yeah, just like that, I don't know, like, I'm trying to explain it. But,
you know what? She is the very, she is in this high class. She wants to be there. But she's also looking out for the little ones because she was there.
And that's the thing.
Because in the movie, she came to new money.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? And I don't even think she really even wants to be there. I think it's just more like
her status.
I'm rich now. This is the way it is.
I know, it's her status.
And I love the fact that like she shows up and they're all like, "Oh, we're leaving." She's like, "Oh, that's cool. Where are you guys going? I guess I'll just tag along."
Yeah.
And you can just tell, like, she's not dumb. Like, she obviously knows she's fucking with them.
Yeah.
Like, and
I gotta catch up my gossip anyways. Yeah.
She's just a great character. I think she's fantastic.
So I like that she was one of the only ones that ever stuck up for Jack, because she knew, oh, I came from the bottom too. Look where I am.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, whenever he has spit in his chin, she's the one to tell him, or like he needs new clothes, she brings him up immediately upstairs to her son's closet. She's a rich woman, but she allowed this man into her rich room to go through her. Like, her heart is in the right spot. And he's looking at the silverware, and she's like, just go from the outside to the inside.
Yeah, he's like, are all these for me?
Yeah, just work here. Like, she's there for it. And I love that. Like, that she survives. That type of person survives. Because she grew up with nothing.
Yeah, like, and here's the thing, like, it's also very, like, possible that she never expected her husband to become rich.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, she just married to this guy and just becomes rich. You know what I mean? So, no, I think her character is fantastic. And you need a character like that in this movie. You need a moral compass, right?
Right.
You need people on the bottom, people on the top. You need somebody kind of in the middle that's like... And then, like, another character that's like that, too, actually, is Victor Garber's character. Who plays the guy who, like, designed the boat.
Yeah.
You could tell he's kind of out of his element, too. He was just kind of there because he's, like, an architect kind of thing. And, yeah, when he tells them, like, oh, by the way, like, this ship's fucking going down, it's a pretty serious moment. Like,
Because that was super sad, because she's like, don't lie to me. And he's like, Mr. I had it for a second. Andrews.
yeah.
Mr. Andrews. Yeah, and just the way he, like, don't tell anybody, just...
Yeah.
You know? So, I do want to talk to you about something about this movie. And I thought about this long and hard, okay?
Okay.
So, Jack seems to be a common sense type of person.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. To me,
He's right, yeah.
it's just who he is.
Very street smart, yeah.
Now, the whole thing about this movie is two people could have fit on that door, right? It's the biggest argument since the movie came out.
Yeah.
Jack could have fit on that door. Here's my thing. Did they know that they both could get a boat? Probably. Until that part when the fiance and Jack are looking down at Rose when she's in the boat and she jumps off.
Yeah.
That's whenever Jack realizes, because he says, there's no boat, is there? And the fiance goes, for me, not for you.
Yeah.
At that point, Jack knew there was no boat. There was no boat for him, no boat for Rose. Boats are all leaving, and they're going to die. Why wouldn't he makeshift a boat right there? You would think someone with his common sense, or me, I would think, I'm not getting a fucking boat, not wasting my time. I'm going to find a fucking door. We're going to start making a boat. I have 5 minutes. Let's go.
Oh, I don't think anybody in the world would fucking think...
You would think Jack would, though.
I don't even think MacGyver would think of that.
You would think Jack would. Because
No.
it's like, this whole thing was like, you are fucking weird. If you know you do not have a boat, I know that in my brain. I do not have a boat and this boat is sinking. I'm going to find something that floats.
Yeah.
Duh. Like, fucking obviously. Jack doesn't think of that?
No, and here's the thing, right? Like, anytime I think of the boats, I think of that moment, too, where they're like, when Rose is like, I'm doing the math here, and like, there's
Right.
a lot of people on this boat, and there's not enough
That's
lifeboats.
Mr. Andrews, too.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I wanted to have enough lifeboats, but they said it would clutter the deck too much.
Yeah.
And then Billy Zane's character, like the villain,
Yeah.
is like, I think the boats that are here are cluttering the deck enough. And he's the type of asshole that'd be like, well, there's a boat for me, so fuck you. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what a douche. Like, there's some people in this world, there are a lot of people in this world that are like that, too.
Which I find funny because we were on the cruise ship and they had the boats all along the balconies.
Yeah.
You know what I thought? They were fucking bright orange too. Didn't bother me because I know where my fucking boat is. If this boat goes down,
100%,
I'm going in my boat. And I know what you're saying. And I just the whole time watched that whole scene. They even had a time limit. You have 2 hours.
Yeah, but they didn't know that the ship was sick. Oh, they were one of the first two to know.
And she knew there was not enough boats.
Yeah.
So it should have been common sense that Jack would have said, you know what? Instead of fighting with all these fucking people who have money, I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to get a fucking door and we're going to fucking hop off and there's something.
Yeah.
And I'm just so dirtly confused because the boat was tipped forward. There was a scene when the water was going on the top
Yeah.
of the boat.
Yeah.
why couldn't they just go down the stairway and just put their little door in the water and just whoosh
And float away?
and float away?
That's a good question.
Man, I was just so the whole movie. I'm like, I get it. My brain is fucking frazzling. I get it in the moment.
Yeah.
But after that moment when he says there is no boat for you, I thought Jack would have clicked.
And then she jumps off. It's like, what's your plan there?
So now we're both together,
Yeah,
and
now
now
we're
we
both
don't have a
fucked.
boat.
Yeah, now we're both fucked.
Amazing. So now what the fuck do we do? Exactly. Anyways, I thought Jack would have maybe thought of that.
I was watching Jimmy Fallon the other day, and it was like one of those hashtags.
Okay.
And it's like a mom was watching Titanic with her kids, and the whole the whole door thing happened, and then Jack like sinks, and she looked at her kids and she's like, "That's what happens when you don't share."
My favorite hashtag is, I've been looking for my kids' candy for an hour with them, the candy that I ate last night. That's me as a parent.
Oh fuck, that'd be me too.
That's so me. You can't find your chocolate? Let's find it.
It's gotta be here somewhere.
Fucking worth it.
You're texting somebody like, "Fucking bring home chocolate."
Yeah. Can you bring it home and just shove it in the cushion, please? But
It was in the front lawn the whole time.
It was in this shopping bag with the receipt.
Dated today. No.
What a mistake. Those silly convenience stores. But yeah, anyways, that the whole, don't get me wrong. Okay, another thing is, I'm not saying I handle stress very well, so if I was in that situation, it'd be different. I would not let my man be in the water off that door. If we both could not fit, I would go find another door.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
I cannot believe she lied on that and let him just say, it's okay, I'm going to sit in the water.
Doesn't he try to? He does try to get on though.
I know, but no, okay.
Yeah.
Her whole body was on the one side when he's trying to go on, so her body fell on him. If she put her body on the opposite side,
I don't know.
okay, but that's the thing though. No, that whole door thing is whatever. I would say, no, Jack, I'm getting off this door. We're going to go find something so you can go on it. I'll bring this door with me.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving you behind.
I hear you.
Anyways, that's what I thought. I don't know. And then it's the fucking jacket that saves her, like, because she's warm. She's warm enough to survive. And it's that fucking jacket that her fiance gave her. It sucks. The whole thing is like shit.
I thought it was a very fantastic moment when she puts the picture of her naked in the safe, and she's like, now you can have
both of us,
me and the necklace in the safe. It's like, first of all, that's like, she obviously thought of that before the whole drawing thing. She thought, oh, this is going to be so clever. She's like, all right, Jack, I need you to draw me naked.
Yeah. Well, you're right, though, because they go in the room and she says, is there enough lighting in here?
Yeah.
So, like, she obviously brought him to that room specifically. So, yeah, they were probably talking about it.
It's true. I also love the fact that he's from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin.
I didn't even... Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Was it Wisconsin or like... But anyway, he said Chippewa Falls, for sure.
Yeah.
The guy who made the movie, James Cameron...
Is from Chippewa?
Chippewa, Ontario.
Chippewa.
Which is literally the next town over from us.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally like a 5-minute drive for us. So I think that's very funny, called Chippewa Falls.
I know my fucking theater in our high school is James Cameron Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Oh, that's so funny.
That's pretty cool.
It's not called Chippewa Falls, but it's Chippewa.
No, it's called Chippewa. But
Yeah,
like
Chippewa,
still.
Ontario. Oh, I love that. It's so cute. I didn't even think of that. I think there is a Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, though.
No, I don't know. But
But yeah, I fucking love this movie.
it's a good flick. I had...
Oh, but that's what I was trying to say earlier is I didn't cry when Jack dies because there wasn't enough time with both of them together that I felt in love. Where I was like, oh my God, I feel this.
No, it's true. Here's the thing.
That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Yeah. No, here's the thing. I agree that there wasn't enough time to establish that, like, this is the end-all be-all love of her life.
Right.
I'm of the opinion that it was more of a... She has only known people like Billy Zane's character
Yeah.
And then she meets Jack Dawson, and she's like, "Oh my god, this is so much better."
Yeah.
And that's all. Like, that's all I ever got from it. Is like, if you had to choose this asshole or this cool guy, she's gonna choose the cool guy. Like, it has nothing. I don't know. It's like one of
Well,
those.
to be fair though, like the first meeting with Jack is, if you jump, I jump, and she's like, "You're crazy," and he's like, "This water is freezing. We're both gonna die, but I'm jumping in after you." That moment for her was like, "Oh, would my fiance do that for me?"
Oh fuck no.
So you had a good point there, where I don't think she's ever experienced a man who was undressing in front of her, like, "Don't fuck with me."
Yeah,
like,
like please don't jump because I
exactly,
really don't
yeah,
want to
and
do
he
this.
says that. He's like, "Please don't." I'm letting you know I'm gonna jump because, like, my boyfriend would. I think Dylan would.
Yeah.
And I think your wife would.
I don't
honestly,
know. I definitely would for her.
yeah, I think she would for you.
Yeah, I think she would for me. I'm just saying, like, from
Yeah.
a man to a woman. Like, if she jumped in, I'd definitely fucking
Right,
jump in.
right, and I would for him, and he would for me,
Yeah.
right? So like, it was such a funny, like, I think that was the moment where she realized, oh, and then she said, I think you should pay him for saving me, and he gives him like nothing.
Yeah, and then no, he's like $20, and then she's like, "Oh, is that all I'm worth?"
Right, and I think that's that entire moment. She realized, oh,
Yeah, that's a good point. Another thing I gotta throw out there, when I was watching it this time, I never really thought about it before. They really sideline his Italian friend.
I know.
It's just me, like, it's
you don't
like
see
they're
him.
best friends, and they're going to America together, and then I don't think he's in the movie again until the boat starts sinking.
Yeah,
That legit, like, I don't think
he's not in the movie at all. Well, they're not in the same dining.
the Irish guy that you meet is that he meets about 20 minutes in. He's in the movie more than the Italian.
They're the
friend.
same.
Are they?
Anytime the Irish one is there, the Italian
guys.
one is there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Except for the Scottish one or whatever, the Irish one gets shot. So that moment, he has more. But then who puts the vest on is the Italian friend.
Yeah.
So the ship is only like a few days. So to be fair, let's be nice. They were only separated for like a day and a half.
It's
not
true.
even.
Yeah.
They were at the party together.
Yeah.
The violin party. He was there.
Yeah, it's true. And they're bunking together, so they obviously see each other every night.
Right, because the guy even says,
Like, where's Sven?
where's Sven? Which is, let's bring up, that's hilarious. Sven and Olaf are their names.
Are they really? No.
I believe the other one's Olaf. It's two.
I hope it's Sven and Olaf from Frozen.
Frozen.
No, that's
I'm
crazy.
being dead serious.
I'm fucking Googling
Googling it. Google it. Yeah, I saw this one meme, and I was like, shut the fuck up.
Titanic.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know. There was a lot of... Oh, and then the other thing that I find absolutely amazing is when they're on the boat together and whenever, he's dying in the water, he says, you are going to go do this, and you're going to go do this, and you're going to have lots of babies, and you're going to die old in your bed, and blah, 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 blah. And then the one part, he's like, we're going to ride horses together. And she's like, are we? And he's like, one leg on each side.
Oh, yeah.
At the very end, if you look at all of her pictures, everything they ever said they were going to do together, she's done.
Oh.
And I find that really sweet.
That is super sweet.
One was the horse. She has a lot of kids. She died old in her bed. Which, by the way, is a whole TikTok thing right now. No one understands that she died at the end.
Why not?
I don't know. They're all like, wait, she saw Jack Dawson at the end. Does that mean she died? And we're all like, fucking obviously. What? Which is sad because the little girl is there, Cara or whoever, who's his dancing partner. Which made me sad. Because I'm like, oh, she's dead. But yeah, you see, the Irish guy.
Oh my god. His name is Olaf!
Right? Isn't that amazing?
No fucking
Because in the beginning,
way.
when they're playing poker, he yells at him and he's like, "Oh," or something. And then they're in the bunker and then he's like, "Where's Sven?"
Oh my god! Their names are Sven and Olaf!
Yeah, which I find hilarious. Yeah. If nobody ever knew that, yeah. So I guess something to do with Frozen. Maybe she was a fan. I don't know, but both main characters.
That's funny.
What's the guy's name? I've never seen the movie.
Christoph?
Christoph. Are you sure it's not Chris? Is it Olaf?
Olaf is the snowman.
I know. No. The two guys. One is Sven for sure. And the other guy is one of the two names. Olaf or Christoph.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were talking about Frozen. It's Christoph.
Yeah. Never mind.
Doesn't matter. Anyway.
Anyways, yeah, that's a fun little fact. Yeah.
That's all I got for this movie. You?
Yes, that's all. Yeah, she dies at the end. Okay, everyone, stop arguing. Yes, she dies.
And I gotta throw it out there. Brock Lovett. That's Bill Paxton's character's name. Doesn't it sound like a porn star? Like
It does.
Like,
yeah,
what an awful name.
I fucking love this movie. I love it. And as you said earlier, like, it honestly doesn't feel like it's real. Like Schindler's List, I had to actually like sit down and prep myself. Titanic, I just threw it on and I was fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, the movie is so good. Anyways, Schindler's List, sorry not sorry.
Yeah.
Titanic, you carry on.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.
That's a good one.